Thank you so much for coming here. We were waiting for you. Thank you for having us. I'm Ed. This is my wife, Lorraine. Lorraine looked around the property. The moment our car reached near this house, I saw her behavior changed. I could tell from her worried eyes she was feeling something. I'm familiar with this expression on her face. Mr. Donovan was leading us the way. The big two-storied and wooden house stood like a lone wolf in the middle of nowhere. Dry leaves were all over the ground. Please, come in. A woman came and held Lorraine's hand. I could see the fear on her face. I can't thank you enough for coming here. Please help us. Lorraine comforted her, saying, Mrs. Donovan, that's why we're here. You must calm down and tell me everything. Yes, come, let's sit. Lorraine and I walked to the living room. The house was really cold. There was a chilling sensation in the air of the house, as if the temperature dropped all of a sudden. We sat down on the couch. Mrs. Donovan sat next to Lorraine, and Mr. Donovan grabbed a chair and sat near the fireplace. I keep turning the heater on, but still, the house temperature remains cold. Lorraine and I exchanged looks, because we knew the reason behind it. Mr. Donovan lit up the fireplace. A maid came and served us hot coffee. I took a sip from the coffee cup and said, How long have you lived here? It's been a few years now, but the incidents have been happening for the past few months. Everything was going well, we were happy here, but all of a sudden our life turned into nightmares. Mrs. Donovan was trying hard to stop her tears. Can you please tell us how it all started? Lorraine said. Mrs. Donovan looked at the fireplace. She kept quiet for some time and watched the flames. It was around 3 a.m. in the morning. Heavy rain and thunderstorms were going on outside. Our daughter Patty was sleeping upstairs, and our son Brian's room was right next to hers. I woke up hearing a whispering sound. I searched the living room and the hallway downstairs. At first, I thought maybe Brian was watching TV secretly, but I found the entire downstairs dark and empty. I was going back to my room thinking it was my imagination when I heard footsteps going upstairs. I ran to see who it was, but there was no one. It was just me, standing alone near the stairs amidst the thunder and lightning. I went upstairs to check on my kids. I found Brian in deep sleep in his room. I was about to go inside Patty's room when I heard whispers coming from her. I opened her door and saw she was sitting on her bed. I asked her who she was talking to. She just told me no one, that she woke up to the sound of lightning. I noticed the windows of her room were shut and locked. Just to be sure, I searched her room. I mean, she is young, and I didn't want any boy to sneak into her room in the middle of the night. But there was no one. So I came back to bed. After that night, bizarre things started to happen in this house. What kind of bizarre things? I asked. One day I woke up and went to the washroom to clean my face. I turned on the tap and splashed water on my face, and as soon as I lifted my head and looked in the mirror, I saw... What did you see, Mrs. Donovan? My face and hands were covered with blood. Blood was coming out of the tap instead of water. The entire sink was red and splattered with blood. Mrs. Donovan hid her face into her palms, remembering the fearful memory. Mr. Donovan replied, We don't know what's happening here. Last week our car tires started to burst out on their own. No matter how many times I changed them, every morning Patty would find a flat tire. Our kids are terrified, and so are we. You see those pictures on the table? Mr. Donovan pointed out to the corner of the room. I saw a framed family photo that was kept on the table. Every time we hung those pictures, some invisible force knocks them down. Not just that, our wallpapers come off from the walls for no reason. It seems like someone peels them off vigorously. Furniture moves on its own, and now we are even terrified of our daughter. What's wrong with your daughter? Lorraine asked. Mrs. Donovan started sobbing in a low voice. Mr. Donovan looked at her and said in a low voice, She's changed. Something got into her. Last night we were having dinner. All four of us were sitting at the dining table. Patty was sitting beside me. when she suddenly looked up at the ceiling and froze. She was staring at the blank ceiling for no reason. I asked her what it was, but she didn't say anything. She then looked at me and smiled in a very disturbing way. "What are you smiling at, Patty?" I asked her. What she said still gives me goosebumps. "Why? What did she tell you?" I spoke. Mr. and Mrs. Donovan exchanged a fearful look. She looked right into my eyes and said, "You all smell different when you're awake." For the first time, the silence in the room made my heart skip a beat. Lorraine looked at me and said, "I can feel an evil presence in this house, Ed. We need to talk with your daughter. Where is your son?" "I sent him to stay with my brother for a while. Patty's behavior scared him badly, and we wanted to keep him out of this house." "Okay, let's go meet Patty then." We all got up and started to walk upstairs. It's time to meet Patty, for whom we came here for. A humming sound was coming from her room. Mr. Donovan pushed the door, and we saw a young teenage girl lying on a bed and humming mysteriously. Lorraine said in a low voice, "Patty, how are you?" She got up on her bed and stared at us with her big blank eyes. Lorraine sat close to her and said, "Patty, what was that song you were humming?" "My boyfriend taught me." "Your boyfriend? Is he in your school?" "Nope. He stays with me in this house." "Really? How did he get inside?" "I called him with a Ouija board. He told me I'm the most beautiful girl in the world." We were all shocked to hear this from Patty. Lorraine looked at me with scared eyes. I knew what she was trying to tell me. I got close to Patty and said, "Did he tell you his name, Patty?" "No. I keep asking him, but he never says." "What else has he told you?" Patty was going to say something, when suddenly she looked at the door behind me and froze. "What is it, Patty? Is someone standing there?" I asked. "He doesn't want you here." "Can you ask him what he does want?" "He doesn't want you here. He wants you out of this house. He's saying he wants you all dead." Before we could say anything more, Patty started to scream violently and scratch her face with her nails. It was a horrifying scene to watch a young, healthy girl tearing her skin like this. "Oh my God, Patty, stop!" Mr. Donovan and I held Patty down in the bed while she kicked and screamed like an animal. Mrs. Donovan burst into tears, screaming in pain. Lorraine took her out of the room immediately. We had no other way than tying Patty's hands to the bed to stop her from hurting herself. Within 5 minutes, Patty calmed down and fell asleep, as if nothing happened. We came out of her room and sat down in the living room. No one talked for a few moments, and then Lorraine spoke. "Your daughter must have felt lonely and used that Ouija board out of curiosity. In that process, she invited an evil entity into your house. Now, this demon has latched itself onto her, and all that has been happening to you in his deeds. We must stop this demon before it takes Patty's soul away. Ed, it's time to call Father Jason. We must perform the exorcism today." Father Jason arrived right after sunset. We all walked upstairs. As soon as we entered Patty's room, we saw a horrifying scene. Patty had somehow freed herself and was standing near the window. "Patty? Patty, are you all right?" Father Jason said in a soft voice. She didn't turn back, but her upper body started to bend towards her feet. She looked right at us with blood-red eyes. Mrs. Donovan screamed and ran downstairs in fear. Patty laughed in a demonic voice. That night, Father Jason and I fought the devil with all our power. Patty was extremely violent. We tied her to the bed, but she kept cursing us. I could tell the demon possessed her completely and was reluctant to leave. We chanted our prayers. Pieces of furniture were levitating in the air. A chair came right at me, as if someone threw it to harm me. But we didn't stop. The windows were slamming hard. A gush of wind ravaged the entire room, and the demon and Patty laughed, screamed, but we didn't stop. We had to save this girl. The exorcism went on the whole night. Right after dawn, we saw Patty's body being lifted in the air. It was all happening on its own. Father Jason said his last prayer and sprinkled the holy water on her. As soon as he did that, Patty's mouth was wide open, and black smoke came out and drifted away out of the window. Everything fell silent. Lorraine rushed upstairs and said,
Ed, it's over now. We've done it. I can feel it.
I believe in Lorraine's ability. I knew she was right.